Go ahead.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Gargi Arya Show, a place to help you live and design a life that you can be proud of. And today we have the most inspiring guest with us. Her name is Miss Aparna Ganesh, and she is the founder and women's confidence coach at Bindas Divas. And you know what? The beauty about her and her mission is that she is a jack of all trades. She's into the beauty content also. She does modeling too. She's a director also, and she has a experience in the digital market and in the media for a long period of time. And you know what? On her YouTube channel, if you're going to be going, she's a celebrity over there with around 86,000 people and around millions of views on her videos. So thank you so much for being here on the show. It's such an honor and a pleasure to host you here.
Thank you so much, Gargi. This was long pending. I'm very happy we finally got around to speaking. And it's incredible the work you're doing. You're such a young one, so gung-ho about your mission and doing it so incredibly consistently. So that's phenomenal. Lots to learn from you for all of us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So my first question to you is that what was the triggering point in your life which actually led you to this path of, finding your inner calling and helping people with confidence, with videos, and with all the things that you are doing?
Yeah. Thanks for your question, Gargi. So, since I was 17, I started working when I was 17. I started pretty early too, not as early as you. Um, but yeah, I started at 17 in the media space. And till about, I had the privilege of working with a lot of maestros, fantastic filmmakers. I worked with Star TV and Madras Talkies, which is Mani Sir's company, his production. I worked on a film as an AD. And I worked behind the scenes a lot more in the direction space for a very long time. And then I was a promo producer, a programming producer at Star TV, all of that from 17 to 28. Okay, I'm just putting it quickly. And at about 27, I had my first child. I had my first child, and I realized that, oh, I want to be home with her. I don't want to give her to the maids to take care of. And I had never expected that to happen. I didn't know what it would be like. So I realized that, when you have to be in the media, specifically, in the direction space, you have to get out there. You got to go to shoot different locations. You may come back late hours. And suddenly I realized, I want to be with my children. So I took a little break and I pursued other things that I, was always interested in. I went and trained myself as a yoga teacher. I pursued some art, in different forms. I did all of that. And then when they grew up, I thought, okay, now they've grown up, I should get back to work. Then I went and directed some ad films as a creative director for a web series in the professional space. But I realized that even though they were, like older, 10ish, I still felt the need that I still want to hang around at home. Even when they come back from school, I want to be around to listen to their stories. I don't want to miss out on their childhood in any way. Honestly, this is my story. And I said, okay, what is that thing that I can do from home then? And I wasted 2 years in pursuing or thinking about YouTube as as an avenue for me to do the work that I would be excited with. And finally, in 2018, I launched my beauty channel called Joy Geeks. That is how it started. कि चलो घर से क्या कर सकते हैं? And because I had to figure it out by myself, right? Look, as a director, I had a crew always helping me out. There was a spot dada, light dada, there's a crew. But at home, you're a solo creator. So it had its own challenges. You have to be the spot by yourself, you have to be the light dada, everything, and then be great on camera also. So I kind of devised a system for myself that allowed me to consistently create a lot of content, which is what is required in social media. It needs to be consistent and it needs to be qualitative and it needs to be strategic. Now, this is something that I figured in my experience of making my mistakes, doing some wrong things. So many, experiences teach you. So after 2 years, I kind of figured out, okay, this is how you can make money. This is how you can, connect with a larger audience. This is how you can have fun while you're doing this. So because I figured it out, I said I'm not going to take this to the grave now because I figured it out, and I felt that there may be a lot more women who may be, in my position, who's very ambitious, who have a lot of things to share, but don't have any idea as to, how they can do it unless they get out of their homes. And we do know if you look at the stats, there are a lot, very few women in the work outside. Of course, it's changing, but it's more in the urban spaces because women inherently want to look after their children. I mean, it's something that comes naturally, and that's something I understood when I became a mother. It's not true for everybody, but at least for me, it was. So I realized, okay, if women could, become independent, from home and stay in touch with their work, their passion, and be there for their children and do everything that matters to them. Family is a big, big value for us. So family, freedom, and wanting to do something that will make a difference in the world. So, I don't know, something shifted in me after I became a mother. I definitely didn't want to just do my work. I wanted to create some impact. So that's how I started with Joy Geeks. And with what I learned, I said, okay, it's time to share this with others. So I started coaching other women. I coached myself to be a coach first in the digital world because I was like, how am I going to teach video skills online? But I got myself coached. And yeah, that's how Bindas Divas got launched. And it's been an incredible journey with all the women who are, going for it. They may have their challenges. They may be technically challenged. They may have a lot of mindset issues. Ki, "Arey, humse kya hoga?" We'll discuss that eventually. But yeah, that's how it started. And I'm very blessed to be doing what I'm doing.
Super awesome. So it was like, when you started discovering and when you started
Yes.
to figure out things, you didn't want to only share it with
Yeah.
yourself. You wanted to
Yeah.
put it out to the world, and that's how you started. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the work you are doing. So my
Thanks.
next question to you is,
Hmm.
whenever somebody calls or starts their video journey or their video confidence journey, what happens is the first limiting belief is, who is going to listen to me, and the
Hmm.
second is that they are very camera shy, that the
Hmm.
spotlight is always on them, and that's why they are not able to, because they are always in their limiting beliefs that I'm not looking great. Maybe they are always wanting things to
Yeah.
be perfect. So how
Yes.
to actually deal with this shyness, and how to come up with a belief that what people are going to listen to me.
Thank you, Gargi. You're bang on. It's really common for people to think कि मुझे कौन ही सुनेगा. Am I? That's also like we call it the imposter syndrome. Am I good enough to share anything? Or I used to have that myself. I used to think, oh, I can't call myself a video expert because I used to feel कि expert कैसे बुलाऊं? You need to know everything to be that. And I still don't call myself an expert, honestly. But my logic is simple, okay? I think for all of them watching right now who feel that they are not good enough or who will listen to you, there is always 100 people ahead of you, 100 people who have not yet got where you are. Can we all be in agreement with that? Right? Which means even if you're a 12th grader, Gargi is a great example, even if whatever age you may be, so let's take the 12th grader. If you're a 12th grader maths student, you have the authority, the experience, and if you have the passion to teach, you can teach kids all the way from kindergarten to 11th grade. You don't have to be a PhD to teach them. So, we put ourselves down thinking, Ari, I'm not good enough because you're constantly, comparing yourself with the ones who are very much at the top. So they can teach people who are at PhD level. You can teach people who have not even got to your level. So that's what I told myself, that chalega, I may not be the best, but even if I can help 10 girls, 10 women can get help from my videos, I will be very happy. That's the mindset I started with. And I would encourage anybody watching to also think like that because, see, a PhD will not understand, you know, the minute problems of an 11th grader because it's so far for them. They'll be like, Are, ye kya? They may not even have the patience, perhaps, or they may not even understand ki itna nahi samajh mein aa raha. For which we feel worse ki, Are, we don't know this much also. So if you have somebody who has just about crossed where you are or where you want to be, who's 10 steps ahead of you, actually that's a great teacher. So if you are that person who is 10 steps ahead of somebody, you are actually the ideal teacher for that person. So always keep that in mind, number one. And the second question you asked is about camera shyness. That is a reality because we were not brought up with, phones. Most of us, not your generation, but my generation at least, we were not brought up with so many phones. We didn't have like a lot of picture shot of us. We're not used to, getting clicked. And also, especially women, I can tell you that the social conditioning has been such that you see, if you see two young kids, right? If you see a girl and a boy may have unruly hair, untucked t-shirt, little mud on his face, and one would be like, "Arey, boys are like that." But if girls are not ekdam takatak, like how we say, very properly groomed, the mother will go after her that, oh, let me comb your hair. So there has always been that underlying pressure for a girl to look a certain way, to be accepted or to be felt, to feel good. It is the kind of social conditioning. So women, unfortunately, today, that's what I have understood. I could be wrong, but I have understood that why women are more conscious about themselves is because no matter what one size, you are always feeling bad. If you are thin, you want to be a little more fat. If you're a little fat, you want to be losing weight. If you have a straight nose, you want, that's just how, because you have, like I said, in your childhood, you were never appreciated for just the way you were. ऐसे बैठो, ऐसे मत बोलो. So then you're constantly second guessing yourself. So uh, camera shyness, A, has to do about how you feel about your looks, how comfortable you are with your own skin, your body, the way you look, your voice. There are definitely a lot of people who've been brought up with a lot of love, so their self-esteem is very high, and they don't care about, how they look, right? So I constantly give my community, my Bindas Divas, this example that look, if I had long hair and I look like $1,000,000, say like I look like Aishwarya Rai or something, because a lot of people still tell me, ki, Are, we wish you had longer hair, you would look prettier. So my point is, if I had longer hair, would that make me a better video coach? Like my community members, I say, if I was looking great, but I didn't know the skills to teach you, I didn't have these video skill experiences, would that be of any help to you? They said, no. I said, do you care for my content or do you care for my hair length? They said, content. So I said, exactly how you feel, others watching you feel the same. You do not have to be the best looking. They do not care so much for your looks as much for what is the experience, what is in it for them. What is that experience that you have that you will share with them, educate them with, so that they can move ahead in their life? Honestly, that's what people care for. But we get stuck in our own heads thinking, oh, I'm not looking good enough, or blah, blah, blah. Actually, nobody cares. I think so. So that's just one part of how you can overcome your camera shyness. Yeah.
That's totally true because I
Yeah.
also tell the same thing that nobody
Mm.
cares about your looks. Yes, that's
Yeah.
somewhere apart, but
Yeah.
it's just that your intention and what are you actually providing to
Yes.
them which matters.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you so much.
sorry, your good looks can get you till a certain point. Maybe you'd be
Yes,
a great looker, but
yes,
if you're not making sense when you talk, that's not going to take you too far,
yes,
right?
agree.
Yeah.
So my next question to you is
Mm,
that whenever somebody is on to their video journey, the
mm,
next thing which comes up to them is आज क्या content बना.
mm.
Right, every
Yeah.
single day they are just asking themselves what topic should I pick up, and sometimes they are not even clear on the problem that they want to solve, and they are just
Right.
hitting like going on a trial and error method just to figure
Yeah.
out the topic. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I think on every social media you need to know your own topic. You need to have a theme where you can feel that yes, this is my topic, this is the theme. So, how to gain
Mm.
clarity over it?
So there are multiple things actually. What you're asking is about what do I create today is a question of your content planning. And the second question is what is the problem you're trying to solve is more about what niche are you really trying to, what is the focus area that you want to address, right? So I would say initially you may not be very sure, right? You may not be very sure कि आपको क्या kind of content बनाना है. And I would say don't even be so tough on yourself right at the beginning. Allow yourself to create, maybe two pieces of content on one topic, two more pieces on another piece of content, because whatever you create remember, once you set yourself with, okay, this is, where I want to go, like this is the kind of content, you have to put in a lot of yourself in that. And if it's not something you enjoy, you will not be able to fake passion for too long on social media. And especially on social media, you have to be authentically yourself, right? So imagine I don't cook, but I think cooking videos do very well, and I start doing some cooking videos, it's not going to last too long because I don't genuinely enjoy it. So I would first think, for content, look at areas that you genuinely enjoy. Then you go and look at what is the demand for it. You have uh, uh, the Japanese ikigai. Take yourself through the ikigai process, and it will give you a lot more clarity. And then, still, I would say go and practice making those videos. I had a friend who said, "I also want to make beauty videos, but I'm waiting to lose some weight." I said, "Please don't wait to lose weight. However you are, just go ahead and you just feel comfortable with your skin, because there are other women around your weight too, so they will connect with you, no problem." So she went and made about 5 6 videos, and she said, "Oh god, this is very tough. I can't put makeup every day, and I'm not so interested in all of this." So she understood after she made it. Then she went on to baking videos, which she loved. The process of video creation is also something that you should be able to enjoy. So I think you should also allow yourself to practice it. ये कोई पत्थर पे लिखी हुई लकीर नहीं है कि आपने, once you've decided, you can't shift. So when you practice it, you will know better. And the first question you had asked about कि आज सुबह उठ के मैं सोच रही हूँ कि क्या content बनाना है, तो वो, I think timing is wrong. I don't think you should wake up in the morning and ask yourself कि मुझे क्या बनाना है. I think you should have, especially if you're a beginner, you should be a little pre-planned. If you are pre-planned, if once you know कि okay, this is the area I want to target, say that my friend wanted to make baking videos, then if she can strategically figure out what is the pain point or what is the issues that she can solve with her videos, she will have already a big list of titles of videos that she could make. Then she could pre-plan herself in a way to know that, okay, tomorrow I want to shoot these videos. Keep yourself ready for those videos to be shot, whatever is required, maybe a certain, whatever, lighting, clothes, everything that goes on to making a video, so that when you wake up, you already know. You're not waking up and then scampering, and because that doesn't work for beginners especially. And then one calls video making a very exhaustive process. It's not at all, actually. It's a lot of fun, but there is that system that you follow, and there is a very clearly defined, step by step thing that I teach my community members. So they are very easily able to create a lot of content consistently, and I'm so happy that it's working for them. Yeah.
Amazing. So thank you so much for, like clarifying every single topic that you are, answering in such a beautiful way. I'm sure that all the people who are going to be listening, they will be like, very confident when it comes to video creation after listening to you and the tips that you are giving. So, like, my next question to you is, in this video journey also, one of the major questions which I have also got from other people asking me, and what I myself got experience in the initial days of, stepping up on social media and making videos, that was that, I don't get a lot of views, which makes me very demotivated. I don't get a lot of comments, which makes me demotivated. And people start, when they feel that there is no kind of engagement that they are able to create, they will stop and they just feel that's not my cup of tea, that's not working for me. So how to actually have that inner faith and that trust in the process that things are going to work out?
Great question again, Gargi. This comes from, actually, thoda sa, most people I know who say this, it's coming from ignorance, actually. Ignorance, I mean to say, they don't know that it takes a few videos. Few means not 2 3. Most of these people, if you ask them, okay, how many videos did you make, they may tell you 5, or they may tell you 10. And it's too early in the journey for you to get fed up, or you to feel कि अरे कोई views नहीं है. You have just about started. If you are somebody who is in this space, who've just made few, matlab literally under 10 videos or even 20 videos, and you've not got the views, there are, of course, couple of checklists that you need to, go through to see if your video is conducive to get all the views. But by the sheer act of you making many videos, you will realize a lot more things that you are, not allowing yourself to get to. So I don't think if you've made under 50 videos, you have any reason to complain you're not getting views. That's the number. 50 on a consistent basis. ऐसा नहीं कि अभी एक बनाया फिर 2 महीने के बाद एक बनाया. It's not like that, because on social media, when you put out your videos, you need to do it a certain way to please the algorithm, as we know. So if you've just made 3 or 5 videos and you are demotivated because you've not got the views, you're doing yourself and all your future audience a disservice. Just knowing that, yeah, it takes 50 videos for you to know where you are itself will be a great understanding, right? Like, I had given myself 2 years. I said, I'm going to do this for 2 years without questioning it, and I'll see where this goes. I'll see where the money comes from. I'll see where the views come from. And of course, I made lots of mistakes, and I learned along the way. But today, especially, you don't have to make so many mistakes because, there are video coaches, there is enough information. So you don't need to make so many mistakes. But yes, you have to be patient. That is definitely there. If you're able to look at the brighter side of things, if you're able to be somebody who can celebrate your small wins, this is a big part of my community. We celebrate the small wins. कि अच्छा आज एक शूट किया, अच्छा आज एक वॉइस ओवर लगाया, अच्छा आज कुछ नया एडिट करने के लिए सीखा. So I say celebrate that, because otherwise the journey is just you're doing so much effort and there is no view. So views are not the end all of, like, it's not the result. If you have come a long way ahead and you have understood something better, there is good enough reason for you to celebrate your learning and your success. And views, I definitely understand, but I have members in my community who have started making money under 200 subscribers, under 500 subscribers. So it's not just through views that you will be reaching people or making the money. There are other ways also with which that works.
Amazing, great. So I keep the last suspense part as your question about how can people join your community and your workshops. So till then, my next question to you is that a lot of people, they also have this fear of I don't know technology, or
Mm,
I'm afraid of technology, like ये
mm,
editing nahi ho pati, it takes a long time for me to edit the videos, can't I just post raw? So,
mm.
can you just tell me like how to actually deal with the fear of technology, and is editing really required, and what are the few things that we can keep in our mind whenever we are making videos?
Mm. So, let me tell you something. When Facebook launched, okay, or when WhatsApp launched, we didn't know too much about that too, right? But we saw the benefit of it. Ki, oh, we are able to stay in touch with our school friends. We are able to, stay in touch with our relatives. So many things that it was a benefit to us. So we chose to put our mind and heart into it and learned how Facebook works. I don't know if you use Facebook. My generation uses Facebook, but at least my children don't. So I don't know if you do. So there was a reason we found we found a benefit. So we went and learned it. Similarly, I feel that a lot of people are very not okay with online shopping. And when they discovered that, अरे भाजी भी घर पे आ सकता है, they said, कि, okay, let's figure out how to do this online shopping so that, a lot of our time and energy is saved. It's the same with video creation technology. It's just that you are new to it. It's just that you have no clue about it. You were not like, like for a long time, you've been fidgeting with it. And the fear of it comes from not knowing it. If you allow yourself to see कि भाई ये करके मेरा कितना फायदा होगा, कि मेरा एक वीडियो 5-5 साल तक will serve people, the ROI on, our return on of investment on the effort you put to make a video is very, very high. You can be found on social media a lot easier. You can serve a lot more people after having just made one video. Even if you're sleeping, your video is serving somebody. Isn't that something to think about? And if you made it well, of course, strategically, with the right title and production quality is also good, then people would definitely get benefited, get progress in their life, and so much more. So if you understand that fact, especially if you're a coach or you're somebody who's there to serve people, you want your content to make a difference, Then if you look at that part of it, वो जो एक time आप बैठ के किसी से live बात करो, okay, you may do a 1 hour because it's a lot easier, right? You don't want to edit and all those things. When you do that, you can serve maybe 100 people in offline. I'm saying 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people. But when you're putting out a video, you want to serve millions. Maybe not now, maybe right now you get 50 views, but that video has the potential to blow up to 500, 5,000 views later. So I just think it's a question of putting your intention there. This is going to get me here, and therefore learn it. As far as do we really need to edit or no? It's a very simple answer. If you want to make a snappy piece of content, which is really, how do you say, again, the intention is to serve people, then instead of having a 1 hour long video, and we know that today people are, if it's snackable, people are more likely to consume it. So if you're really trying to serve them, then you can turn it into smaller bits, add captions, add visuals which really explain what you're trying to say. Because it's boring not to just see one person sit and talk. If you look at it, as a beginner, I would say, chalega, mat karo edit. Shuru to karo journey. But eventually, you will yourself find the benefit of what editing can do. And again, it's really, really unfortunate that people are not able to enjoy the editing process. They're not able to see the value or the magic editing holds. You can see I'm lighting up because I've been editing for a very long time. And today, though, you can edit on the phone. It's so easy. I'm able to edit in 10, 15 minutes, and it's fantastic videos. And my community members also. It's just that you don't know how to do it. You're going the long, winded way. One thing I definitely want to tell anybody who wants to learn editing is the reason it's so exhausting for you is you don't have a plan of action for your edit. Matlab, ki aap, if you say want to make a video on, say, a day in my life, or how to bake a chocolate cake. Let's just stick with baking. How to bake a chocolate cake. Now, you may have shot different things at different times. And after shooting, you're thinking about isko edit kaise karna hai. Then you've not thought about the ratio, whether you're doing it for Instagram or for YouTube. You've not thought about, maybe some of the transitions, or you've not thought about what are your cut points, or what is the story that you're trying to tell in that video. Say, for example, if I want to make this video, right, like right now, and if I have thought about it that, okay, I want a lot of text on while I'm speaking, and I want it on the side, then I may choose to be on this side, so I have this much place, right? I may decide, okay, my logo, how do I get there? My logo will be here, my text will be here. So I will shoot like that. I'll pre-plan my shoot so that my editing gets a lot easier. Make sense? तो ये बहुत बार लोग गलती करते हैं कि after shooting they start thinking about editing. If you know how to edit, right, you can pre-plan this, make it a lot better. And like I said, it's really, really not difficult. Once you put your heart and mind कि भाई ये तो मुझे करना है. I think people are doing a lot more tougher things in life easily because they have the mindset for it. But editing को लेके it's not so difficult, I think. And some may say, Are you've been doing it for so long, you're a media person, so you're saying this. No, once you just understand the magic it holds, you will fall in love with it yourself. You just need to know the process, the step-by-step thing. You will do much better. I have 65-year-olds in my community editing, and so happy that they're able to add text and they know how to add music. And when they go for their family or friend reunions, they click images or they shoot some videos, and right there on their phone, they edit and they get so much respect, so much love. So if they can do it, 100%, everyone can do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that example, because I think if they at their age can do it, then all the people who are of my age, like of your age or in the middle age,
Any
then
age.
they can also eat. Yes. So thank you so much for sharing that example. I'm sure people are going to get a lot of inspiration now. My next question to you is, a lot of times what happens is the people, they are making videos, but actually from their mindset they are always into this hurry of, when will I get there, when will I get there. There, in the
Hmm.
sense, they are maybe comparing themselves to the people who are already on the top of the game. So the
Hmm.
comparison starts coming, or criticism is another
Hmm.
part of the game, when somebody maybe criticizes or maybe comments such a comment which is not,
Yeah.
like an appreciable one. So how
Yeah.
to actually deal with criticism on this journey?
So criticism is something that I think what happens is, say you've got 100 comments, you may have got 10 trolls, you may have got 10 negative comments, and 90 encouraging, supportive, gratitude wale comments. But human nature is such that we're focused on the 10 negative comments, right? So it takes away the joy of it. I think how I look at it, at least, if I get some of these, and I don't get too many somehow negative comments, but the ones I do will be solid. Huh? That'll make up for the for the ones who don't comment. I think there are nameless, faceless people. If they had to come in front of you, उनकी मजाल है वो आपको बोलें कुछ. And they are the people who I feel maybe having a bad day, maybe frustrated about something. And what else can they do? They can come and leave a sad comment on your platform. And for those nameless, faceless people, you're willing to let go of your mission. You're willing to let go of your prosperity. You're willing to let go of what you can give to your family, what you can give to the world with your message. And I think it's a good thing थोड़ा सा troll आता है तो it's that's the kind of world we live in. I in fact think कि negative comments अगर आते हैं तो मतलब you're doing well. You know, somebody is I don't know. There's no logic to it, but आई थिंक यू शुड फोकस ऑन व्हाट यू आर डूइंग. बिकॉज ऐसा कभी भी नहीं होगा. आपको अपने ही फैमिली में देखो, दो तीन जन एटलीस्ट दे विल मीट यू एंड दे विल से दैट अरे यू हैव शॉट योर वीडियो लाइक दिस, आई थिंक यू शुड स्माइल मोर, और व्हाई हैव यू शॉट, एंड दे आर सेइंग इट फ्रॉम देयर गुड इंटेंशन, but it will seem like a negative comment for you. And this, I'm telling you, will be a very, very common issue most people will have. They're feeling dejected with not getting enough support from the family or friends, or them getting some awkward comment. But the point is, those people don't know how far you have come. They don't know that from fearing making videos, you may have just started making videos, and that itself is a win for you. It may not be as good as somebody who's been making it for so long, but it's still a win for you, right? You came 10 steps ahead of where you are. So even the family and friend who's commenting back to you and telling you that अरे lighting अपनी ठीक करो या अपना audio ठीक करो, they are doing it with good intention. They don't know how far you have come. So take it and keep it in a box and use it when it's handy for you. But keep your journey, solid is what I would say. क्योंकि आज भी मुझे आते हैं comments, and it's if it's a very harsh comment, I really see if you can apply like this, right? If somebody is saying something good to you, वो उनका गुण है. They are able to see that good in you. So they need to be that good to be able to see that. If they are giving you a negative comment, वो भी उनका गुण है. They are able to only see that. हो सकता है they're saying something which may be true. Maybe your audio is bad, but their focus is that. So I say thank you so much for all the positive comments. I say thank you so much for all the negative comments, because I am on my track. अब जो जो जिनको जो बोलना है, जो समझ में आए, I'm thankful for all of them. So I think that really helps to be on social media. Don't take it personally. It's about them. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Having said that, I also want to say that sometimes I think when I have received comments from my subscribers, very often it will be very, very genuine. It will be genuine feedback that I have. In fact, every negative comment also, I give it a good thought. I really hear it out, and I say कि अच्छा ऐसे 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 बोला है. Sometimes for my beauty videos, I've got comments on कि अरे आप natural light में shoot करो, don't use studio light so we can see the natural color of the whatever product you're showing. And I thought about it, and I said, yeah, it actually makes sense. Maybe I should shoot in this natural light, and it made my video quality so much better. Somebody else said, can you please not put full face of makeup because we don't do that every day? I said, yeah, makes sense. So I have grown also a lot with the comments I have received. So you can also look at it like that. Look at it as feedback. Take how much of it makes sense to you and leave the rest.
Yes,
Yeah,
amazing. So take the feedback and use it
yeah,
for your own thing because it's
yeah,
ultimately our choice whether we
yeah,
want to take it personally or not.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. My next question to you is that, what's actually confidence for you?
This confidence for me is uh, being 100% honest with myself. Like, I don't like to faff with myself, like, I don't want to BS with myself. In the sense, ki if I'm doing something, uh, can I truly tell myself the harsh things that one doesn't want to listen? I don't need anybody else to tell me. If I know that, say, very simple example, okay, कि आप कुछ करने चले हो, से एक आलू पराठा बनाने गए हो, okay, can you tell yourself कि वो अच्छा बना है कि नहीं बना है, very objectively? You don't want to always be comfortable and say कि नहीं नहीं ठीक है अभी नहीं बना है अच्छा, तो आपको you should be able to tell yourself that कि okay, right now it's not good, but and I am going to get better. That's number one. And secondly, confidence is truly owning up to who I am at this moment. It's not to say that there is nothing more to improve, but this at this moment, let me embrace myself just the way I am, with all my flaws, with all my things that I cherish, and then keep the work going. So if I think I can be comfortable and honest with who I am, I think I would be very confident.
Awesome. Thank you so
Hmm.
much. And that's what is confidence for me also, like being
Lovely.
authentic and being yourself.
Yeah.
Awesome. So any last message you would like to share before I move on to your community?
So, I mean, you've covered quite a few of the things. I just think that I think a lot of us give our own power to people outside of us. And unknowingly, they kind of decide who we are or what we should do or what is right for us or what is not right for us. It could even be right from our parents to our friends to coaches who we really want to work with. But I feel that eventually, if we can hold on to our own power, stay in touch with our subconscious, and see what truly works for us, um, it would really make a remarkable life journey for us. That is one thing I have been working on in the last maybe 1 year or so specifically. So I would definitely urge everybody to hold on to our own power. Like I tell everybody, what I was taught as a child, that don't be a puppet to life situations or to what people are telling you. Like, somebody may come and tell you that you're looking great, so you feel very elated. Same minute somebody else may come and say, "Arey, why are you looking so tired? Are you unwell?" फिर गुस्सा हो जाता है कि अरे, I'm not looking nice. So let's not get emotionally swayed, or let's not have that roller coaster depending on others. Let's hold the power to see that, okay, how am I feeling about the way I look today? If you're feeling tired, own up to it, it's fine, but not just because somebody else is saying. So that's just what I'm practicing. So I'm sharing that.
Awesome. So it's
Yeah.
like that we are not the perception of what somebody else
Yeah.
thinks about us. Great.
Yeah.
So my last question to you is if anybody wants to connect with you, they want to join any of your workshop or straight to
Mm.
your community and start learning from you as their mentor, so how can they join it?
Thank you for that question, Gargi. So I do have master classes regularly. The link is aparnaganesh.co/masterclass. We can put that in the description, right? Or you can add it probably on the screen. And that will be a masterclass that will help you understand what is the 6 step system of video marketing. It is where, I don't believe video is just about shooting and editing, honestly. It's like saying yoga is just about asanas. I mean, I'm also a yoga practitioner. So it's not just that. There is a lot more to videos, right from raising your belief, doing your research, knowing what is the content strategy you can apply, to learning the techniques of it, how to shoot, how to edit, and then, of course, knowing how to market your videos itself, right? It's an entire 6 step system that I share there. And if you follow through that, please know you can make a lot more money through videos than you think. And it's not about just getting a lot of views and subscribers. So I share all of that in the masterclass. And then when people resonate with that and understand that, then they can choose to join my community. But it's really important we stay on the same wavelength in that, because if somebody comes into my masterclass just to learn editing, of course, in my community, I am teaching how to edit, I'm teaching angles, I'm teaching all of that. But in the masterclass, it's not just about that. It's not just about the techniques. I am really laying out to them the entire journey that they can take on so that they can have success um, in a grander way eventually. So, yeah, they can definitely most welcome to join the masterclass.
Amazing. So, all of you, now your action steps are first. All the links are there in the description below. This was not even a trailer, I would call, because she's creating a whole movie inside her community, and the impact that she has been able to create and she's creating right now is immensely powerful. So, do join in the masterclass, and if you resonate, you can choose to join the community as well. Next thing, I would love for all of you to type in your comments in the chat box so that we know what were your biggest breakthroughs. And thank you so much, Aparna ma'am, for being here on the show. I'm so glad and honored to have you here.
Thank you so much, Gargi. I have to tell you, you must be inspiring so many people, not just of your age, people also much older. I don't think age is a thing. I have learned so much even from 18-year-olds and so many more. I don't think age is a matter at all. So you consistently creating content is very promising. You constantly working with, interviewing so many of the people in our industry is commendable. I'm sure you are learning as much as you are sharing. And I think I have met you at an event, and I know you're this young, bubbly, passionate girl who's all set to go ahead and achieve bigger milestones, and lots of love, lots of hugs to you. May you really achieve everything that you want and then some more. So I'm really
Thank you.
grateful to your parents to always be there with you. And if any parents are listening to this, please know we all have a Gargi at home in whatever areas that they may want. If we can just support them, Gargis are going to blossom in our country. So thank you, Gargi, for being that inspiring person.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks a lot.